Welcome back to my QuickBooks tutorials. Hope you all are having a great day. Today I wanted to talk about your customers and how to create invoices and how to create receipts for your customers. So I've already talked about vendors and how to report expenses and bills. If you missed that, you can check that out in my previous video. Today I wanted to talk about customers. So these are people who are paying your business. So whether it be customers or clients, whether you're selling products or services, eventually at some point, the goal is to get people to pay you for your products and your services. So QuickBooks is a great way to kind of streamline the whole process of creating your general ledger and your profit and loss. Before QuickBooks, old school, we used to just report this stuff, pen and paper, on an old-fashioned general ledger, but now with the software it makes things pretty simple. So to start, hit the new button up here in your top left corner for your QuickBooks online account. So first of all, we'll talk about a sales receipt because that might happen often whenever you're first starting out. So whether you've been in business for 20 years and you're just now using QuickBooks, or you've been using QuickBooks for a long time, whatever phase you're in, hopefully this information helps clarify some things. So if you've already received payment, you will create a sales receipt. If you have not received payment yet, but you plan on receiving payment in the future, that's whenever you create the invoice. So two different things, both involving getting paid by your customers, but it's all about the timing. The timing's a little different. So whenever you go to Walmart and you get that paper receipt, that receipt is from Walmart telling you that you paid X amount and you bought X, Y, and Z today. So you received that receipt because you paid on that very day. But if you receive an invoice from, a local contractor, the invoice might be for services completed today, but payment might be due in 2 weeks, 30 days, 60 days, however their payment plans are set up. So for the sales receipt, let's say, once again, you own a landscaping company and you mow someone's grass and they paid you $50 today for mowing their grass, and you want to give them some type of receipt. So your customer, whatever the name of your customer is, neighbor down the street, Billy Bob, John Smith, Jane Doe, whatever your customer's name is, you can enter it in there. And because this is a sample company, I don't think it's going to let me create a new customer. And then if you want to email the receipt to your customer, you can enter in their email there, their billing address, whatever their address is, whatever the date that you receive payment. So if you receive a check and the date on the check is April 19th, 2021, you would report the date as April 19, 2021, not the date that you deposited the check or cashed the check. You want to report the date on the check itself. And then obviously if you receive cash, or if you have a payment processor, or they swipe their debit card, their credit card, whatever the date of the transaction is, put it there. Payment method, once again, don't get super caught up about this. However they paid. Let's say they paid you cash. So for this, deposit to undeposited funds, this gets a little complicated. You will want to technically report this in undeposited funds, because if they gave you $50 cash, it's sitting in your wallet, you have not put the money into your checking account yet. So this will require another transaction once you deposit the money into your checking account, but for now, it will be considered undeposited funds, because you are not putting the $50 direct into the checking account. So you will deposit the money to undeposited funds, and in here, the product or the service, you can customize your own QuickBooks account. You can add new products, you can add new services. So whatever the service may be, I know I said you mowed someone's lawn, but just for the sake of this tutorial, we will say here tree and shrub trimming. So it automatically populates the description there. You can set the default rate to be anything, and then you can change it, $50. If you're charging tax, sales tax, you can check that box and you can set that up. Whatever state, you can add a new state, you can add a new city. For the sake of this tutorial, we're not going to collect sales tax. So landscaping, tree and shrub trimming, and then to go into the details here for double entry accounting, this will be a debit to your undeposited funds and a credit to your sales. So your revenue will increase due to a credit and your undeposited funds account will increase from a debit. So you receive $50 cash. The message here, you can customize this however you want. Thank you for your business. Have a great day. And then if you want, you can give this to your customer. So you can email it right here, or you can go here, print or preview. And then you can also customize your receipts any way you want. So this is just the sample company on QuickBooks, Craig's Design and Landscaping Services. This is the sample address. You can put your logo in the top right corner. And then here's that message. Thank you for your business. Have a great day. So this can be handed to your customer if you have a printer. You can download it. It'll download as a PDF and you can print it. You can email it, send it in the mail, however you want to give the receipt to your customer. That way they have some record of the services that they paid for. So that's if you received $50 cash. And then here's the customize. You can customize it. Okay, so that's a sales receipt. That is receiving payment same day that you provided your service or sold your product. Now, an invoice is different in that, let's say you mow a lawn or trim trees and shrubs, and your customer is going to pay you in 30 days. This is probably more applicable to businesses that provide services and less applicable for businesses that provide products. But either way, your business still might invoice your customers instead of receiving payment. So same thing up here, customer email, the terms, very important here. This will show up on the receipt. So if it's due immediately, due in 10 days, due in 15, pretty standard from what I've seen is net 30. Invoices are due in 30 days. And you can work this out with your customers and your vendors. However you want your payment to be set up, I would go over those details prior to providing any services or receiving any services from your vendors or your customers. You definitely want to establish your payment terms. I've even seen companies provide a discount if you pay within the first 5 or 10 days, and then charge full amount if you pay between 20 and 30 days, and then also start charging interest if you're overdue or late on your payments. So you want to be careful with interest and discounts. You want to make sure all of those terms are clearly established in the beginning. So you would set up the products and service and the description and the quantity, the rate. All of this is the exact same as the sales receipt. So here, trimming, automatically populates the description, rate, $50. Same thing, message on your invoice. And then you see here, let's say you provided the services on April 19th, net 30. The due date right here will be May 19th. So 30 days from the date of the invoice. Same thing, you can print or preview, you can download it, you can customize it, you can email it, you can save and close it. And this will let your customers know the products or services you provided, on what date, and their terms of when they owe you. And then if you want to find out where these are in your QuickBooks, so you've already created invoices, and once again, this is just the sample company, so it already has some pre-made invoices. So here in your sales, you can see your overdue invoices, your open invoices, and the recently paid invoices. You can filter all the transactions here: estimates, invoices, sales receipts, status, whether it's open, overdue, paid, and then the date. So you can do last year, last month, this year, this month, all dates. We'll do this month. And then you can also sort it by customer. So these can be a list of all the customers who you've done work for or sold products to. You can apply the date. So here we have a sales receipt from April 19th. And then we can look at the open invoices here. These are all of the invoices that you've created that have not been paid yet. And then here we have overdue invoices. So this is really where you're going to have to stay organized and manage your accounts receivable, because the most important part of operating your business, in my opinion, is probably getting paid. You won't be able to continue operations if you're not receiving some sort of cash flow. So you want to manage your open invoices and especially your overdue invoices. Make sure you're communicating with your customers, setting up payment plans, and making sure you're getting paid on time. So that's a little overview of the difference between invoices and sales receipts. I hope that was helpful. I hope you guys are able to handle your bookkeeping on your own. It's not super complex. It really just takes a little bit of time after work or on the weekend. Just whatever you can, I would just encourage you to try to stay organized. So if it is getting to a point where you're a month behind, you're 3 months behind, you're a year behind on your QuickBooks and your bookkeeping, don't be afraid to ask for help, but it's absolutely something that you all can manage, at least in the beginning, when your cash flow might be a little slower than when you're up and running full time. So try to stay organized. Try to manage your invoices and your receipts. That way you can accurately know how much you're getting paid and who still owes you and what open invoices you have. So once again, hopefully this video was helpful. If you have any questions, feel free to call me, email me, message me. I have a website, www.harrisburgbookkeeping.com. I operate in all 50 states. I've got clients in California, Texas, all over the place. So don't be afraid to reach out if you have any questions. And also, if you want me to make any specific tutorials, please let me know, and I would be happy to help. So have a nice day, and I look forward to talking to you again. Thanks.